Right, we're live, waiting for folks to show up. We're live. Don't expect a whole lot of people to show up because this is Veterans Day. If you thank you for your sacrifice so that we can be free, that we can live in a free country. Don't take that. Just saying, because they sacrificed. So I'm just waiting for folks to show up. So let's show up. Let's just let's just see who's out there. So far, it's been a minute, and we ain't got nobody. Nobody. There's one. We got one person. Yay. No. I logged in. So maybe we'll get some more folks to show up. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm not buffering. Just wanted what is Veterans Day? We'll get confused. Uh, and Veterans Day is a holiday to honor all active duty service members and also, I think, even past retired service members, right? I think it's all that's what we want. We want to honor those folks who have served in the military, either currently active duty or retired. And it's not to honor veterans; it is to honor those who have fallen in duty. But it's important that we get this information straight, right? We got to get it straight. I don't know. Yeah, there might be other folks. Having a little bit of technical difficulties. If you're still here, Tin Can Gardener. Use in honor of our military veterans, our veterans. Beautiful Veterans Day today. If you see an active service duty personnel out and about, go up and thank them because they sacrificed, and that and we don't ever want to take for granted, right? So, what are you up to today, Tin Can Gardener? That's important. Made a couple videos earlier today talking about having them come out. Um, but I really wanted to talk about Veterans Day. I have off today. Um, it is that was a pretty cool story. He was actually a medic who captured like 9 German soldiers single handedly, which is really cool considering a medic during that time to adhere to the Geneva Convention. They were not allowed to carry arms. They couldn't have weapons. So and it was occupied by 9 German soldiers, and at one point he was a POW, and then he there was one soldier that spoke a little bit of English, and my uncle was able to talk. Reconnect. There we go. Yeah, it might be a bad time for a live. I think there's some other folks that are doing lives right now, so kind of a bummer. That's okay. Maybe I'll do another live later on. reconnect. There we go. Wow, lots of problems. We don't have good internet where I'm at. It just kind of, it's just not good. I don't know if anybody's still here. It's showing. I don't see any comments. Tin Can Gardener's doing homework. I don't know why why I can't see my live stream on my other computer. So anyway, the big thing, like I said, it's Veterans Day. It's not Memorial Day. It's to honor all those folks who have served our country in the military. I salute you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to you and to your families because it is a big sacrifice. It's hard on families at home while you're deployed. If you've been deployed, it is a challenge for sure, and it's a struggle if any of you seen combat. It's hard. And much respect, much respect. Thank you so much for what you've done. Well, thank you, Tin Can Gardener. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for your service. Really, really appreciate it. Um, yeah, almost getting choked up. Sorry, um, but it is. It's pretty amazing that people will put their lives on the line, literally, to make sure that everybody at home is protected and safe. Um, it doesn't get uh, much stronger than that. Um, so yeah, really, really appreciate your service. If you're out in lunch and you see some active military service people in line taking their order, whatever, offer to buy their lunch. That's a small price to pay for what they've paid in order to maintain our freedom. I think I'm. Hey, Sparks FC07. Glad you. Yep, we're thanking the veterans, thanking all those who have served or are serving. Right? It's not Memorial Day. We're not honoring those who have fallen during the line of duty. Um, and we'll honor those who fell in the line of duty because they served, right? But it's not Memorial Day. Memorial Day is for those who to honor those who have fallen during while serving our country. Um, so, you know, if you're happy to be free and living in a free country, thank a veteran, right? Oh, appreciate it. Hey, I am not a veteran. I do honor those who have served. My dad served in Korea. I had an uncle that was military in the army and in reserves, and also had an uncle who served in World War II, who actually single-handedly captured some German soldiers. He was a medic, and he captured them without having any weapons. So he just talked them into surrendering. So maybe that's where I get it, right? I talk to people, make you surrender. But this is a great country. We have great folks that serve our country, that keep us a free country, and much appreciation, much respect goes out to those folks today. So take time to honor those who have served and are serving, for sure. So what are you up to today, Sparks FC '07? I'm trying to read the screen and try to keep from buffering all at the same time, and not having much luck today. It's been a challenge. So I can't even watch the screen on my computer. It just keeps spinning like I'm buffering, but I don't think I am buffering. So I think I might get off of here, close this one, and we might end up work, work, work. Yep, I'm off work today. It's a holiday for us, so I wanted to come out here and just wanted to do a live. I might end up. Hey, Bama B boys, how are you doing? Did you get your? What did you get? Did you get a shirt? You got a shirt, didn't you? Did you get your shirt yet? You won something. I know a lot of folks got seeds, loofah seeds, but I think you got a shirt. Good. Did you like it? Did it fit? It was pretty cool. You're welcome. I appreciate you supporting our channel, watching, and being a part of our live stream. So that's what it's all about. Good deal. Cool. Very cool. Roll Tide, too. My wife is in Birmingham today. She had to make a trip with her mom. I'm not going to talk too much more about that because some of the stuff is private. But yeah, just wanted to get on here and do a real quick thing of, let's talk about Veterans Day. Let's talk about people that you know that are veterans that are either active duty or retired. So my dad served in Korea, and I think he drove a jeep, drove some lieutenants around. I think it was lieutenants. He's got a whole story. I need to video that one time. Him telling the story about all that, and so one, and I can't get the ranks straight. He knows all the ranks, but he was driving this guy around, and he was kind of bragging on him about being such a good driver. And there was a higher ranking officer that had a deuce and a half with a trailer, like an RV trailer almost, and he his driver couldn't back the thing up for nothing. So uh, the guy my dad was driving for, he started bragging on him. He can drive anything. He can back up anything. So he ended up backing up the trailer for him really well and did it. And the higher ranking guy said, "Well, you're right. He's an excellent driver, and he was your driver. Now he's my driver." So my dad got to go and be his driver, and with that higher rank, they got some extra little perks like real eggs and bacon and stuff for breakfast sometimes. And it was really he got into a really good gig. I think that would have been a great thing. He was also in Korea about the time Elvis was too. So he never saw him over there, but it was about the same time. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. So so Bama B boys, Jason, your father and your grandfathers were both they were all veterans. Um, I'm a member of the Sons of American Legion. I've been a member for over 50 years, which is pretty impressive. My my dad signed me up when I was like 2 or 3 years old, so I've I've been a member longer than some of the other adult members have even been alive. So it's kind of funny. So this is the time to talk about your family and people that you know. Um, like I said, I had an uncle that was a medic in World War II, and I even have the newspaper article from the hometown that he lived in talking about what happened, where he, during the heat of the battle, he ducked into a Nazi bunker that was occupied by like 9 German soldiers. And so at one point, he was a POW. and was listed as a POW, but he found a couple of Germans could actually speak a little bit of English, and he was able to talk them into surrendering. And he had no weapons as a medic in World War II, per the Geneva Convention. Medics were not allowed to have firearms, so or weapons, whatever you want to say. So he just talked them into it. But at that point during the war, the supply lines were pretty well cut off, and these German soldiers were starving. And he promised them that they would take care of them, give them a good meal and everything else, and they gladly surrendered. And he walked them to his commanding officer, where they were captured. So pretty cool story. He's got a Purple Heart. He actually took some shrapnel into. He lost a lung with it, but he lived quite a while. I got to meet him, and pretty cool guy. He was a truck driver. It was my Uncle Lee. I don't know how many people are in here now. Y'all, y'all awful quiet. I hope it's not things messing up. All I got is Jason with Bama Bee Boys. Have you wintered your bees? I've got a long Langstroth horizontal hive that I built, and I'm trying my best to figure out what I got to do to winter them. I still need to have a mouse excluder, so to speak, to keep mice from climbing up in there. Um, yeah, we caught a swarm, a wild swarm, back in May, and they did really, really well. And I want to build a couple more horizontal hives. I want to do a lay-ins hive with the deeper frames. I think they winter better. We're doing natural beekeeping, so we're not doing anything as far as treatments for varroa mites or small hive beetles. I do have a screen bottom in the bottom of the horizontal hive, and with oil trays where the bees will drive the small hive beetles down to the bottom, and they'll get captured in the oil. So that's kind of what we're doing. Haven't gotten any honey off of them yet. Yeah, there's a lot of information out there. Yeah, there's a lot. You ask 20 beekeepers how to do something, and they'll give you 50 different answers. Everybody has their own way of doing it. So it's a struggle to try to figure it out for yourself. But I'm following a lot of the stuff that Dr. Leo Shararskin in Missouri. He's from Russia, um, but he's talking about what they've done over in Europe for thousands of years, right? And so basically, the concept is with a horizontal hive, if you do it right and set it up right, you only have to check on them once or twice a year, and that's what I want to do. So yeah, yeah. Everybody's got an opinion, right? It's okay. You have to glean through it though and figure it out. Um, but we're kind of leaning toward all the natural beekeeping. I don't want to feed the bees sugar water, because in order to winter them, because it's different. Same as honey. The honey has a lot of other different things in it that keep your hive healthy, where sugar water doesn't. It's just sugar water. So that, you know, take it for what it's worth. I don't know what I'm talking about with bees, but it seems to make sense to me. And I just want to make sure that I do a good job helping them live, right? They don't need me. They could have lived, they could have done a hive anywhere. They could have located and built honeycomb and done that. We have a sweet gum tree in our backyard that is hollowed out. We've had bees in there for I don't know how long, and they didn't need us to do anything. And I think if your colony is healthy, um, they can take care of a lot of things on their own. Um, and being a wild swarm, I think it makes a big difference. So yeah, we got to get. I got to get more hives built. I'm going to. Oh no. Yeah, it's probably not. I'm not military spec. If you ever, Tim, good to see you here. Uh, yeah, so there's a book called Beekeeping with a Smile. Dr. Leo Sharashkin did a translation from Russian, and it's a really good book. Highly recommend that. That's a good place to start. Yeah, Tim, if you ever go into an Army surplus store and look for ACUs or whatever, you'll know that I'm not military spec by no means. Most of those are mediums and smalls. Somebody told me one time that I was just a regular guy. I said, no, I'm extra large. So, anyway, it is what it is. So, this is my discount ACU that I got. I put the blacked out flag on the sleeve. I love those things and bacon. And I ordered a nameplate. Should be here either today or tomorrow. So um, I'm not a veteran, but these are very utilitarian shirts. A lot of pockets everywhere. Very handy. Um, so anyway, we were talking about bees a little bit. Like I said, I did winter our bees. The biggest thing that you have to be aware of with the bees in the winter is moisture. And um, off grid with Doug and Stacy, they live close to Dr. Leo, and he came over there, and he's got some horizontal hives, and they showed how to winter it. And basically, he took a bunch of wool clothes or wool blanket and shoved it in a pillowcase and shoved it above the frames, the cover boards, and that should help wick up and draw out moisture. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I caught a wild swarm. Didn't pay anything for it, but I do have a lot of time invested in it. I want to see them do well. I don't want to do anything to kill the bee. You know what I'm saying? I want to be good stewards of what the Lord provided me. Oh man, yeah, that'd be great. You shredded the package. Yeah, man, I'll shoot you an email. I've got your email address, so I'll shoot you an email with our address. That would be awesome to get some honey. I love honey. Honey is incredible. If you have a small cut, you can put honey on it, and it will help it heal up about 10 times faster. It's medically documented. Pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, Weekend RVing, how are you? Is this James and Millie or James? Or good to have you here. So yeah, we were talking about Veterans Day. Today is Veterans Day. I have off work today, and if you see an active duty service personnel, thank them. Go up and thank them. Say thank you so much for your sacrifice. You put your life on hold in order. Well, that's good. That's good to hear, Millie and James. Um, uh, it's a lot of sacrifice. I mean, they both go to boot camp and they don't see their family or anything, and then if they get deployed, they spend a lot of time away from their family sacrifices. It's a lot. It really is. It's a lot. And I've even thought about starting up a just a like a little handyman thing for families of active military personnel that are deployed. So if it's minor little things that say, um, gotta, I got some messages that are held for review. I don't think I'm going to show it. Hey, as attention to detail, I'm going to make you a moderator because I think I might need it. and I might make weekend RVing a moderator if you don't mind. So yeah, there's it's all good. So yeah, Ed's attention to detail. He's former Navy. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for your service. We really appreciate you serving our country and helping keep this country free against all threats, domestic and foreign. Well, I appreciate you popping in. Um, it's all good. So we got to meet up with Ed and Ernie Hatmaker uh, last weekend, and it was a great visit. Got to get to know them a little bit better, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed them, and I really hope that we get to meet and spend some time together again soon. Um, I'm not sure. Are you seeing that, James and Millie? I'm not sure if we need to show that or not. It looks kind of. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I don't know who that is. Um, Not sure. A little questionable, so we'll just hold off. Uh, yeah, you're blue. You got a wrench. That's awesome. Tony Montgomery, Private Pork Belly reporting. Good to have you. We are honoring veterans today. We want to make sure that they get credit where credit is due. They have sacrificed a lot to make sure that we are free in this country, and really appreciate them. My dad served in Korea. Uh, he's got some stories. It was funny. He told me some stories about when he was in boot camp, and there was a guy that I worked with. See you, Ed. Thanks for stopping by. A guy that I worked with that he was in boot camp with, and he told me some stories that I can't repeat here, but it was pretty funny. And I asked the guy about it. He said, "Yeah, that was pretty intense." Homestead Aquarius, glad you can make it. I don't know who among us in this chat is who is military serviceman, had veterans. Um, yeah. So if you are a veteran, just let me know. Homestead Aquarius, are you a veteran, Robert? Diamond Bell Ranch, Homestead, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, this is Veterans Day, not Memorial Day. This is for everyone who served in military service to our country. Um, there's a lot of people get confused. They say that's not the purpose of Memorial Day. Memorial Day is to honor those who have fallen in the line of duty. Um, so I just want to make sure that there's a place for both, right? And this is Veterans Day. If you see anybody out there um, that's a veteran, active, or retired, make sure you thank them. An ex-Navy EOD is someone who watches videos and usually comments, and I know, and I really appreciate him. He does a lot of military equipment collecting. He's got some pretty cool stuff. So if you're not familiar with them, go out and check his channel out, ex Navy EOD. And like I said, Ed's attention to detail. He was in the Navy, so go check out his channel. It's all good. Yep. We want to thank those folks. I was not a veteran, not in the military. Um, got a pretty good deal at the Army surplus store on these Army East ACUs. Well, thank you for your family service. So, one of your sons is in the Marines. That's pretty cool. So, thank your son. Your dad was EOD. Yeah, cool. Very cool. So yeah, just wanted to get together and talk, and I have off today, so I wanted to just see who all was out there, and let's talk about Veterans Day. Let's talk about the kind of sacrifices that the folks have made. So yeah, so I was talking about, I thought about doing like a handyman service for, say, if the husband is deployed and the wife is home with kids, and something happens, she needs a new dishwasher or washing machine, I would go and help install it and put it in for free, right? Um, or a minor electrical issue or small minor repair. All right, Jason, appreciate you. I'll shoot you an email. Really appreciate it. So that's the least I could do to do something tangible, but I just don't know how to get that. Hey, Vance, how you doing? Evans Family Homestead, good to have you. So I'm not sure how to get that started or whatever. There's got to be folks that are handyman kind of oriented, and it sure would be nice to. Yeah, they are. They are. I'm trying to look. I have to look over this way to see. Monty's in motion. Hey, is that Day? Is Day there? We got Tony, and now we got Day. Bama B boys, roll tide, roll tide. Did you see that the LSU game got delayed a little bit? I'm not sure when it's coming on. I was the last thing I saw said like 5 o'clock, so I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot different than last year. Yeah, I thought it was Day. Good to have you. That's for sale. Uh, I do, but I'm about out of them right now. So this is. It almost looks like the Krispy Kreme hot light. What I'm trying to do is find. I reached out to the lady who made these hats. So also has the His Way Homestead on the back. So I found a baseball hat that is the. You like the cross one? What is that one? With the His Way Homestead? I don't have any hats with that. I got. We've got lots of shirts and cups and mugs and everything online on Teespring. Go to the About page. Uh, yeah, I think that would that would be such a great thing to do. And at one time, I thought too would be pretty cool is you can get these trailers that are like a mobile bathhouse kind of thing, and I thought it'd be really cool to like have that set up with clothing that was donated and just pull up in front of where homeless people are hanging out and say, "Hey, man, throw those clothes away that you got. Go through there, take a shower, and then take any clothes that you want." You know, um, a very tangible way to help somebody that's down on their luck, right? Um, but I really want to help out folks that have active service members that are deployed. Um, they don't know where to turn, and a lot of times, not a lot of times, but sometimes somebody could take advantage of them. You know, yeah. I always think of It's a Wonderful Life, right? The main character couldn't go because he had an issue. So I really appreciate everybody showing up here today. This is pretty cool. It was kind of cool this morning. We had a little bit of a cold front come through. Um, I don't know if Tim, are you still in here? Eh, gotta wear something. He'll be upset if he missed that. So yeah, I put my flag up in honor of Veterans Day. Just want to show as much support as I can. This is a since the fourth. It's been really kind of an interesting time, and I want to thank all the veterans for keeping our country free. So, oh, yeah, I'm watching. I just saw myself show off Tim's shirt. Tim at Ridge Life is really growing like a weed. He's got a ton of subscribers now. We've had some little shorts videos that have just taken off like crazy. The one where I videoed my wife with her 50th birthday cake, and it had sparkles and everything else, and she kind of blew out the candles, but she didn't really blow out the candles. And that video just went crazy. In 48 hours, we had 13,000 views. So that is the highest viewed video that I have, which kind of like, really? In just 48 hours. So it got us lots of views. It's pretty crazy. So, Millie and James, you still out at Quartzsite? Is that you still there? I saw you were you went to that one place on the boat. That was pretty cool. That looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. You just never know with some videos how much it will how much it will take off. I'm trying to look at the text. Uh, yeah. So what are you guys doing today to honor veterans? What have you thought about? How are you going to do it? How are you going to help out those folks like Havasu? Need a bucket hat for fishing. Yeah, I don't have any hats in there. They don't do hats in Teespring. Like I said, I did find a camo hat that is in the Army ACU digital camo. And what I thought about doing on that hat, get the black lettering. I think that would look really good on the Army. Hey, Castle Highs. Brian, how you doing? You wearing your Commander Bacon hat? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The old oh, what do they call that? I've got some of them, um, and I could probably get some of those. Yeah, I think the black on that digital camo would be good. That's cool. That's very cool. So yeah, we were just talking about some of the shorts that went crazy. We had one that in 48 hours had 13,000 views. Rhonda at our destinations, she had one that went like 19,000 views of her baby puppies. So that was pretty cool. And we ended up getting like over 50 new subscribers, I think, from that too. I don't know where that came from, where the new subscribers came, but they hit about the same time that all the views were going on. So it was pretty cool. We did have a bunch of thumbs down on it too. Yeah, it's almond joy, isn't it? Most of our shorts are like 500 views, which is really good. But that one went crazy. I've got one that's the Hangry Ducks. It's getting close to 2,000 views. But you just never know what people are going to want to watch. It's kind of funny. It's hard to predict. I wish I had a good formula for it. Hey, Lori's World, how are you? We were just talking about Veterans Day, and Veterans Day is all about honoring those that were in the military. So, either active duty or retired. So, if you know a veteran, go thank them for it. Yeah. This is not Memorial Day. This is Veterans Day. Um, so we want to thank all those who served and who are currently serving. Because it, well, thank him for me for you. Thank him for me, would you, Lori? I really appreciate his service, and your family too, Brian. I really appreciate it. Most people don't think about it, but the family that's not in the service that are part of the military, they sacrifice a lot too. Their world is a lot different, especially if their loved ones are deployed, um, and they can be deployed at a long time. Uh, Navy folks, submarine folks, they can not hear from their loved ones for 3 to 6 months at a time. I mean, it's yeah. I think there was I think there was a bunch of new subscribers because of that one with 13,000 views. I think we got it, like I said, like 50 new subscribers about the same time that those views were kicking in. Hey, Mrs. Mel 269, good to have you. Yep, happy Veterans Day to you too. Thank you for all the family and all the freedoms. Exactly. Don't take our freedom for granted. Um, it's a fragile thing. It's a fragile balance, and we don't want to take it for granted what we have right now. So pray for our country. Pray for our country. Um, they do sacrifice. Yep, even in peacetime. Yep, they might be deployed in Germany. They might not get to go with them, and or wherever they could be deployed anywhere in the world. You know. Yeah, yeah, it's hard. Now today is in today's world with Skype and stuff like that, you can have some time with them. So that's pretty amazing. You couldn't do that before. So if they're not deployed in a sensitive area where they can have communications, it's yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Robert. That's hard. I can't imagine. Um, hey, Southern Boy Prepper. Sorry, I got little choked up with Robert not seeing his son. So thank him for me. Appreciate it. I appreciate everything that you have to put up with um, worrying about your son and everything else. Um, yeah, that's a wipe it away. Wipe it away. So yeah, it is, but it doesn't mean it's easy, right? It's a struggle, I'm sure, at times. Uh, I have a hard enough time with our son just moved to Florence, Alabama after he got married. I don't get to see him near as much as what I'd like to, but at least I can pick up the phone and, oh, okay. Well, hey, Mrs. Castle Hives. That's pretty cool. She said, man, that guy's ugly. Ooh, good thing his hat's so purty. That face is ugly. Thank you, Mrs. Mel. Really appreciate you stopping by. This was just kind of a impromptu kind of thing. I don't have work to do. I have some things I have to get done around the house. Got some of it done already today. So thank you for stopping by and thank a veteran. Thank a veteran. Go up to them and say thank you so much for your service. And we taught our kids that. We went when our boys were really young. We went to a mall or something, and there was like a food court, and there was a couple active service personnel eating lunch. There was like three or four of them, and we had our boys go up to them, thank them for serving our country. Pretty important. You have been all day. Good deal. Good deal. Oh, okay. Very cool. Yeah, he's right there, pretty close to downtown Florence. Hey, Narrowway Farm. I like that name. I, if it has the implications that I think it does, it kind of ties right in with His Way Homestead. So, Narrowway Farm. Good deal. I like-minded people, especially Christian folks. I wish everybody could be a Christian. Um, that would the whole world would be a better place if everybody was a Christian and acted like a Christian. That's enough about that. So Brian, I think I got the hive pretty much winterized. I still have to get a restrictor plate or something to keep mice out, but I did put wool blankets in there to keep the moisture out of it. I hope I'm doing it right. Might have to on the other side where it's all open, uh, put put some straw in there to help, you know, winterize it. I did get your link. I need to find it again. Could you send me an email with that because I'm not sure where that comment was, um, but that one looked pretty cool. No, we can't. I appreciate it, Brian. One thing I thought about, you know, you've seen the. I do have some pieces of angle, the formed angle. Oh, that's cool. And it's got holes all along it, and it's about the right size. I thought about just screwing a piece of that onto the front of it. Southern Boy Prepper. Yeah, I gotta do something with our well house. We've got a big rodent problem in there. They chewed up the floor and came up by the water pipes and just made a mess of our insulation. So I'm gonna have to cut some metal and put around those pipes to keep the rats out. Yep, kind of build up around it, keep everything closed off so that they don't get underneath of it. Might have to drive some corrugated metal down along the side of it, bury it kind of deep so they can't dig underneath of it. So yeah, I had a little update for. Going to post that video probably next week on an improvement for our quail cages. Our ducks, our flying ducks, are flying up on top of the quail cage, and I actually have a 55-gallon drum walk the plank rat trap for in the building. Because if you have, yeah, weekend RVing, if you don't mind, if you feel like it, go ahead and pop some links up there. That would be cool. Five Irish Spring. Oh, in the well house. The mice don't like that. Okay, cool. I'll have to do that. I don't think I like that Irish Spring. So yeah, I made an improvement. So the ducks that we have that were given to us, they're like smaller Muscovy mixes, I think, and they are excellent flyers. And they also like to roost. And they'll jump up on top of the quail cages and roost up on top of there and poop all over everything. And okay, cool. I got it now. And so what I did was the ducks will sit up on top of the quail cage and they'll eat the quail food. Well, that quail food is really expensive, so I don't want the ducks eating it. So I had pieces of pallet wood. Okay, because I only need like one or two. Um, so I put some pallet wood on top of the J feeders to keep the ducks from getting into it. Well, the ducks are getting smarter and they're knocking that piece of wood off and then they're still eating. Thank you for putting that link up. Uh, so what I did was I went and got some piano hinges and mounted those pieces of wood on with the piano hinges so that they can't knock it away, and it's still pretty easy to feed them too. So that worked out really good. There's a video coming out on that if you're interested in quail cages, and also did a video on nest boxes for rabbits. Um, just what we do personally. Everybody does things a little bit different, and that's okay. So yep, my I'm gonna be me and my youngest son will be home alone for the next till Friday when my wife gets back home. Yeah, we don't need nest boxes anymore because of the cages that we have. But I saw his video and there were some things I wanted to add to it. So um, just wanted my 2 cents. Already kind of had we were going to do that anyway. It was something that was already on my list, and I just wanted to go ahead and share it with everybody. That'll probably come out next week or so. Um, like I said, everybody has their own different way of doing things, and certainly I'm no different, and Tim's no different. We all do things differently. You just have to figure out what's best for you, right? That's the bottom line. Gather in as much information as you can, and yeah. So, and part of that video that's coming out also talks about how to. Uh, let's see. You made some lossless feeders. Yeah, that could be a challenge. So we did some wasteless feeders that were like a shoebox container, like a plastic container, and then big PVC pipe going down through it, and then little PVC holes going in the sides, and that helped a lot. We've had some when they were little, and we use that for in our brooder. Um, some that were little, they actually got inside of that, and we had some that got stuck and died in that. So we modify our J feeders, so it's solid bottom J feeders, but we use 1x1 wire and attach that over top of where they eat. Yeah, guineas are crazy and loud. So they have to stick their head through that 1x1 wire, and that really cuts down on their waste too. And as a J feeder, it's easy to use. It's simple. It's easy, and that's part of that video too, where I showed exactly how to do that. I saw that. I think it was on Katernik's Corner, where the guy showed how to do that, and so I did it, and it worked really well. So that's another option for you too. Probably going to put a J feeder on our brooder cage because I think it works so much better. It's so much easier to feed them, and it takes the feeders on the outside with the J part going inside. It makes it take it frees up all the floor space where that plastic shoebox like thing that puts a lot of stuff uh, inside there and cuts down on the square footage that's available. So yeah, so like I said, I went to one of the big box stores, lumberyard places, and got some stuff today. We found out where the chickens were. Yeah, they just can't. They can't. The 1x1 wire is just big enough to stick their head through, and they can't really sling it side to side and throw it out. So it works out really good. Um, we haven't had hardly any waste after that at all. So look for that video. That's coming out. So I put the pallet wood hinge on top of the J feeder. So we've had the ducks go up there and eat it. We've had crows come in and eat their food. Sit there and eat it. And we've had like these little sparrows would come in and eat that too. I don't mind them eating the chicken feed. I don't want them eating the quail feed. Quail feed's really expensive. I don't even like it when the when the quail waste it, right? It's pretty expensive, and that's what everybody's gripe is. It's the quail are messy when they eat. So yeah, so like I said, today's Veterans Day. I don't know how many of you heard me tell the story about my Uncle Lee in World War II. He captured 9 German soldiers single handedly, and he didn't have any weapons because he was a medic. So he just talked them into surrendering. So I think I get it honest. But I have a newspaper article. It was very cool. The local town where he grew up, they did a newspaper article based on the military report that was filled out on what happened. And so in the heat of the battle, he went into this bunker, and it had like 9 German soldiers in there. And of course, immediately he was a POW for a little while, and a couple of the soldiers knew enough English that he was able to talk to them. And it was a time in World War II when the supply lines for the Nazis was cut off pretty severely, and these guys were starving. Right, they were not. They were hungry and not being well taken care of. And he said, basically, you surrender, and we'll get you something to eat, get you some. We'll take care of you. And they went ahead and they did that, and he captured 9 German soldiers without having any weapons. So it was pretty cool. He also has a Purple Heart that he took some shrapnel and lost a lung, which I didn't know that until after he had already passed away. I didn't know he had that, so that was pretty interesting. So, and my dad was in Korea. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and that J feeder seemed like the cleanest, simplest, easiest way. Um, so yeah, check it out. There's so many people doing so many different things. You watch everything, and then you can even combine stuff into whatever you want to make it. Right? That's the beauty of it. If you're somewhat creative and talented, there's nothing you can't do. Just figure it out. You know, it's good to have input and then figure out what works best for you. And a lot of it's trial and error. Like I said, we made that plastic shoebox thing, that storage tote, whatever you want to call it, and it worked really well. And then, but it takes up a lot of real estate inside the quail cage. Um, I want quail in there. I want them to run around unimpeded, and so that's the best thing. So we use the cup waterers because they take up very little space, and we hook a bucket up to that, and it's all gravity fed. So it's kind of that's what we do. So if you're interested in looking at any of those videos, Robert, we've got a quail playlist. Um, my second most popular video is showing my homemade quail cage. And then I have a video of actually building one exactly like it for a friend of mine. And then I have a thing talking about the waterers. So I got a lot of information out there. So cool. Everybody's connecting up. That's awesome. Some good folks. I really appreciate everybody that's a subscriber. It's been an amazing ride so far. We were over 1,500 subscribers now. Um, we're getting really close to 75,000 views, which is blows my mind. We still haven't hit our 1 year anniversary yet, so I'm kind of my soft target goal is I'd really like to hit 2,000 subscribers by the time our 1 year anniversary rolls around, which is January 30th, 2021. So maybe we'll get there. I don't know. If we don't, I'm not going to sweat it. It's all good. But yeah, go check out our Teespring store. There's a lot of cool stuff. Sherry on Fantastic Travels. She had her um, Family Feud game show yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, throw a His Way Homestead mug on the wheel, right?" And sure enough, somebody won that. So it was pretty funny. I was like, "What are the odds?" I was like, well, it'll get my name on there. It'll spin a few times, and people will see it, and I won't have to give anything away for a while, and then first thing, but that's okay. So that was B&D Crafts won that coffee cup. So had to get in Teespring, send that out to them. So that was pretty cool. I don't even have one of those cups, which I need to get one. So yeah, we got a bunch of different kinds of shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts. We've got iPhone covers. We've got Android covers. What all else do we have? Lots of different cups, all different kinds of colors, variations. On dark shirts, we have a white logo, a black and white version with white on the darker shirts, and then we have a black and white version of our logo in black on the lighter colored shirts, and we have a full color version on a bunch of different shirts. So a lot of different variations, just whatever you like, right? There's a lot of different ways to do it. So go check that out. We haven't sold anything yet. It's just been stuff I've been giving away. Thank you, Weekend RVing, Millie and James. I appreciate you saying that we've got an amazing channel. I really do. Um, we started. We just wanted to help. We wanted to share what we know about what we're doing with everybody, so that they're more self-sufficient and more self-reliant and can do things for themselves. And I've talked about it before. One of my goals, one of my dreams, is to buy some acreage and build a frontier type fort and have it be a living history learning kind of place. And that way, people can come in there. It can even be like a bed and breakfast where there'll be housing, and they can immerse themselves in more of a heritage, rural heritage way of living. And then they can determine whether homesteading, doing stuff like that, is really for them or not. Right? We would live the way they lived, and we could have blacksmithing classes, canning classes, how to weave on a loom kind of thing. The possibilities are endless, right? There's all kinds of things. How to process animals. We could have a weekend class, and hey, come in and learn how to process a chicken. We're going to go from dispatching it to frying it up, right? You learn everything. Uh, so that would be really cool. That's kind of my dream, and but I need to get a grant writer to help me out with that, because that's a dream that I can't afford right now. So, but that would be a great thing, and that would give us opportunity to share what we know and open up the doors of possibilities for all kinds of things. Like, um, you got a work meeting chatter. Isn't that annoying when they actually want you to participate? Yeah, I've had to work and lurk a lot with, especially the morning shows with Gary, where, just I have it playing in the background, but I'm in a meeting and I'm listening to that, and most of the time I'll turn the volume off and just I'm paying attention to the meeting because that's what they're paying me to do. So anyway, so we have been on here over an hour. We got 10 folks with 16 thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Castle Hive's video with his new hat. He got a hat. He got one of the blue ones. So that's pretty cool. So that's exciting. Like I said, I got to get some more camouflage hats, and I was looking into the Army digital camo. Reconnect. Are you going to reconnect or not? There we go. We're back. Sorry about that. Buffering a little bit. You know what? I think that might be a really good time. Had to move my phone around in order to get it to come back. This might be a really good time just to end it. don't forget, today is Veterans Day. Thank a veteran. Thank him for all your freedoms, because if it wasn't for veterans and the 2A, we wouldn't have any of the other A's, right? We wouldn't have this country. So thank a veteran. Tell them how much you appreciate their service and their sacrifice and their family sacrifice for them to serve our country. Appreciate everybody that showed up today. Thank you so much. And don't forget, His way is the best way. We'll see you next time. God bless you all.